Winter War has come and gone, and with it, it brought many a fraud to the fields of Oilstralia, among other free-for-all maps. Today, I'd like to commemorate the year with a classic free-for-all cast. We've got a very interesting cast of characters for this one, including 1 AI and 7 players. Let's see what happens. And of course, let's start by introducing our players. Alexhandr has been lucky enough to spawn on the island. Or is he unlucky? He is the Blood Zerg in the upper left. Somewhat adjacent to him is Pissed On Earbuds, who appears to be, I'm going to say Russian green Terran, rather? Yeah, there you go. Got the race wrong, but the color right. We love that. We do have Triple Dash over here as the Eggshell Blue Zerg. Some GLHFs exchanged. Tybol is represented over here. I'm thinking this color must be... It's not Sunglow, but it's pretty bright, isn't it? It's not lemon, and it's not peach. Is it... It's not beaver, is it? Is it beige? It is beige. I finally got that color. I never get that color, guys. I'm very proud of myself for getting that color. Down here, we've got Street Crow, previously known as Bariso. I don't know if he still wants to go by that name. His YouTube name is Kiang Yuja. I wonder what exactly is huge. He will be the Terran in the bottom right. I'm thinking he is pumpkin, but he was orange. Okay, our first fail color guess. Down here in the bottom left of Oilstralia, we have Yeet. He looks to be... Oh, this is a really interesting color. Is this forest green? Oh, dark. Okay. I'm on an anti-roll. Benno over here in the 9 o'clock position, already dropping an expansion. Benno is a free-for-all maniac from No Hunters FFA. He's also who brought Neblime to us, so you can thank Benno for that. He will be our Terran player, and I'm gonna say he is... Damn, this is a tough color. I kind of want to guess Dark Sapphire, but I know that's Raynaril in the middle. He is our Dark Sapphire Terran, which leaves... Dude, what color? Is this Cosmic Cobalt? Oh, hell yeah, boys. All right. So, Alexhandr has figured out that he has a natural, but has he figured out he's on an island? I do not know the answer to that question. Benno is looking around to see how he can get over there. Little does he know it is indeed an island. And we have Triple Dash, also known as _. Don't worry, he's Triple Dash. By the way, I did rank the players here in order of who I think is the most skillful and most recently experienced. I think if Benno was playing Protoss, I might have given him top rank. But I think in an FFA, he's actually probably more of a favorite. I'm just grilling them off of their skill that I've seen so far. Triple Dash is going to go ahead and wander into Street Crow's base. He's only got a Cyclops to defend, and so he's got to be careful about his stuff running into the enemy. Tybol has avoided being scouted so far, but Street Crow will change that. He's already got some Zealots out. Love to see it. I think Alexhandr told me Tybol's first FFA, or maybe first online game, was played in this, so keep watch on him. He might be a sleeper hit. He's also been very enthusiastic about joining our community and being a part of it, and he sent in some moolah and smackaroos already, so I do appreciate that, of course, and hopefully he ends up being a real homie, you know? He's already been a real homie, so hopefully he just continues to do what he's doing, really. Going for that embassy. He's got the 4 gate, so his brain cells are very high, you know. That's what we said about Neblime. Triple Dash going for that expo. He went Pool Den with a Larvosk, of course. Raynaril, he's had to get real used to this spawn, I think. This was played on the first day of Winter War, and in the second day, he also had that spawn. So maybe he'll beta test those ideas. The AI seems to be a little bit confused as to how to navigate this area. I wouldn't expect too many miracles from them, but maybe they'll entertain me by killing a player. Benno has taken the liberty of not making any production structures, and he has floated his 3rd ministry to the island. So, in case you were wondering how Benno likes to approach FFAs, he will be a greedy boy. The Hatrosk is more than halfway complete for Triple Dash's expansion. Street Crow will be more than fine versus Yeet's initial set of Zephyr Cores. Yeet is someone who has been pretty enthusiastic about the game himself. I'm not sure where he came from. He might have just been recommended via YouTube. And he did say that he was struggling a little bit to play the game. And play the game well, specifically. So maybe we can give him some pointers. So far, besides the fact that maybe he's a bit behind on his expo, although he does seem to be rectifying that, he went a very safe build, which is not something I can necessarily critique. When it comes to the way that you play an FFA, your mentality is going to be completely different. Do you want to be safe? Do you want to be slow going and figure things out over time? Benno has gone for an Atlas before his first military production structure. Do you want to be risky? You want to be like Benno? I mean, you can do it, but there's no guarantee. You don't just die. Street Crow is going to be rocking that double palladium, double scrapyard, and he is planning on an expansion. Triple Dash is spying on him with his Zephyr Core. Tybol has a pretty good number of units. If he just A-moved Street Crow, he might win. It seems that's what Yeet is doing for now. You definitely don't want to attack an entrenched position if you can help it. Tier 2, actually, the first Tier 2 of the Zerg is going to be Alexhandr. Perhaps that was predicted since he is indeed on the... He built his military tech at his natural. Not that it really matters. He's still on an island. Good old Rainarel with a strange oblong shape drawn with blackjacks. And the AI will heckle Benno and kill 2 of his Masons already. You know what? I'm glad my AI was the one to do this. Benno, how will you fight back? How will you save yourself, Benno? What will you do? He will lift his Atlas and move it across into the island. Okay. You know? You could have just beat him with workers, to be honest. You could have just walked up to him and killed him with workers. But I respect the grind. Benno is a pacifist. He can only build his first production structure when he hits Tier 3. That is when the fools who are still alive in the FFA will prove worthy of his involvement. I do like that Yeet is over here keeping his money low, building a lot of production structure. I say he's got that figured out so far. So maybe all is not as bleak as he made it out to be when he was discussing things. I also think Bariso, aka Street Crow, I don't know what he wants to be called now, and Street Crow is really stretching my ability to pronounce things. But anyway, he's hanging. He's a homie, and him and Yeet have played a little bit, so I think Yeet's full Discord username is like Yeet Feet. I probably should have checked that and put it in the overlay because it's got feet in the name. All right, Tybol's got a pretty big force, 15 Drakadons, 8 Zealots. He could definitely just exterminate pretty much anybody on the map right now, if he wanted to. That Ministry goes down. Benno does not lift it off and save it. He's got a lot of money, but again, oh, he's making star pads. And another Ministry. No, I'm pretty sure Benno is saving up for the Daedala. Like, this looks like a broken replay for Benno's POV, but no, 100% that's just him being... He's a goober. He's a goober. Street Crow keeps his money pretty low as well, and he has landed a Ministry at the South Island here. Can only turn this into looking like India on the map, like the shape of it. Oh my god, Benno. Please, lift your Ministry. Well, he's committed to it. Oh, he was making a star pad for a Trojan. And there's not really any Masons left to evacuate now. Oh dear. Well, Ray's gonna have to scramble his defense force because the AI is not content with a single sacrifice. And you can see, Rainarel, what happened to all his blackjacks? Oh, okay, I see. He had them kind of postured up to the right. Not too many Masons end up going down. It looks like just an anchor and a watchdog, or whatever that other structure was other than the watchdog. Cyclops are really, really good versus blackjacks, but it looks like the critical amount of shamans has existed, so not too many losses. Well, actually, a lot of losses were up here, but still, that was a more expensive army for the AI to lose. Still, he got pretty good cost efficiency done by killing this Ministry. The star pad will now float and awkwardly move over here. Does Benno want to drop his Daedala yet? He's so close to affording it. He capped his gas. Yeah, he's actually... There it is. Where is it? Yep, the Daedala. I can't believe it. It's just as Zephyr Core drops are about to happen. He has got no defense over here. Alexhandr could ruin his day. And probably will. It's a ballsy strat. You know, I dig it. Tybol's really been just relaxed right now. Yeet's got an okay army. I would say... oh, Benno. Benno's about to get erased. He's calling hash so that the Zets don't kill him. But no, I think his days are over. Unsmiley face as Rainarel charges forth. So that Rainarel's taking his aggression out on the AI. Benno has been forced to cancel his Daedala, his hard-earned money. Heartbreak for our German. And now Tybol is going to go ahead and pull the trigger on the attack. He's found out that his neighbor is a Terran player. We're witnessing greatness as Tybol just absolutely A-moves this man. A couple of madrigals are going to intimidate him with the multi-target, but Tybol will not be silenced. He will not be stopped. And now Street Crow must rally and leave. This is all on one base, by the way. Tybol did not expand. So Protoss can do that, I guess. No phalanx here for our Street Crow player. He made exclusively madrigals, it looked like, out of his Palladium fulcrums. So that's a little unfortunate for him. You can see him trying to make use of the emergency detonation. Or I think he's going to at some point, but no, not quite going to happen. Maybe he's going to trigger it at the end. Like, he could have triggered that one. You have to double tap it for that to happen. Oh my god. The mutas have come out, and Benno, I believe Benno is indeed exterminated. His star pad is the only production structure he has. Oh no, he has a ministry. He can go back to his home base where the AI evicted him earlier. You know, it's very impressive to me. The degree to which, you know, Rainerell's got his blackjacks in order, just killing stuff over here. Benno's floating a ton of money, and he's just out of it. It looks like Yeet might be thinking about taking tier 2 himself. He's got a lot of gas. He can certainly do that. Got an expansion up. Sending his small army up to meet up with the rest of them. Yeah, maybe this is where he was talking a little bit earlier about, like, Tybol's keeping his money pretty low, right? He's not got a whole lot to manage because he's 6 gate, 1 lattice, and he has only 1 base. So he doesn't have that much money to actually spend in the first place. It looks like our AI homie will be out. He's got a lot of Vespene, but not a whole lot of anything else. He never took this base, and a lot of his units seem to be hell-bent on attacking Alexhandr, even though it's on an island. And I could have sworn the AI was smarter than that, but apparently not. Rainer, yeah, he did just go ahead and drop tier 2, so we're still good on that front. Seeing that. Triple Dash has been left alone, and he's most dangerous when he's left alone. He's grabbing his tier 2 tech structures. Alexhandr has a flock of mutas, and he's now taking the island that Benno had taken. Benno has been reduced to a considerable bank. And he does have his Atlas. If he can land the Atlas at the same time that he can get 1,800 minerals and gas, he can, of course, drop a Daedala and continue his efforts. I don't know if he'll have the ability to do that exactly. Tybol has now moved further into the south of the map and found a Street Crow expansion attempt. That has to get canceled. A lot of the fulcrums are here, but you can't really make too much of them. Maybe he'll be able to do some drop shenanigans. Taluses have moved across the map, and they will be heckled by Yeet's forces, but I'm not sure Yeet is paying too much attention to that. Instead, he's... I see, he's got his Iral Iris. So when you have your Iral Iris and you're making a ski back, that kind of makes me think maybe this was started before the Iral finished, but you want to wait for the Iral to finish if you already got that, and then just make the Tethys Swamp. It gives you access to more units. Some people think that the Tethzoricor and the Vithrilisk are not very good, but they did receive some buffs recently. I would hazard a guess that they are probably just a bit underused. Check them out at your leisure. It's taking Rainerell a very long time to grind through this force. You think about the number of units that he's commissioned to, or committed to that area, and then also the number of sheer number of units. Uh-oh. Oh no. Yeet feet's out of position. If he had his Lakizilisks in the area, but Tybol has just been a gateway man, just a monster. This is an army without scale. If you had, like, a couple Lakizilisks in the right area, 100% this army gets shellacked because it has no sustain. But as of right now, it's just a very, very big army, right? He's going for the surround, but unfortunately the cliff advantage is helping Tybol out a little bit. Needs to get his A move on game there for Yeet, and he needs to get those Lakizilisks burrowed before they get focused down by happenstance. I'm not quite sure what's happening to his commands. I wonder if he's, like, attacking a specific unit instead of A-moving, and then when that unit dies, obviously the other units are like, hey, I've got nothing to attack. By the way, the mutas are absolutely wrecking face over here for Triple Dash. He's lost his entire economy in the middle of the main. The Lakizilisks are definitely starting to, you can see, they're starting to pop a lot of this stuff, but if you lose your front line, then the Zealots will eventually do some pretty good damage there. Meanwhile, Ray is still continuing to exterminate the AI. The Iral Iris has been slaughtered by the mutas of Alexhandr. Triple Dash will not ascend to tier 3 anytime soon. But you can't say the same for Benno, who is about a quarter of the way done with his Daedala. And what is going on over here for Street Crow? Does he not? I don't think he has an Atlas just yet. Making sure he can fortify his island with a bunch of madrigals. And this Protoss force is still pretty big. And we don't see any Lakizilisks being made here by Yeet. He's got a lot of... oh, I see. He's making some Gorgorcors. I think this is before the Gorgorcors received an HP buff, but I might be wrong about that. Oh, the mutas have found a couple of targets. Trying to remorph his stuff. He doesn't have any static defense. You know what? Actually, I think this is post HP changes. Yeah, it is. So the Gorgorcors do have an HP buff. They'll take a few more Dracodon hits, but they'll be focused down by this number for sure. That being said, the Hydra count is high enough that I think Tybal's forces will be held here, and it'll just be a reset for Yeet. Triple Dash has been kind of like moving at the pace of the island player so far, you know, sort of dancing to his tune. Tybol is going to have to withdraw with some of his units. He still has not expanded. My man is on 6 gates on 1 base, and he's depleted his presence. Oh, dear. Happy New Year, homies. We got a lot of madrigals. Looks like the mutas are having to deal with a bunch of Nathracors. You know, it says a lot about mutas that Nathracors can do pretty well against them, but there's another horde where that came from. Now, you don't really want to fight this ground army, though. Definitely wants to come in here and maybe, like, pick the Mutath or something like that. Rainaril has now discovered Triple Dash's army, and Triple Dash has discovered Rainaril's army. Meanwhile, Tybol continues to move through, and he might attack the Terran from the south. Benno is just chugging along. He's got his Daedala. It's finally complete. Maybe he'll make a single diadem and then die. Diadem. Looks like, yeah, it doesn't look like Rainaril should have been able to win a fight versus what Triple Dash has, but obviously Triple Dash was very much ready to be ransacked by the mutas. Instead, Alexhandr brings them home, setting up his tier 2 defenses, and thinking about adding some more. Oh, he's already mutated tier 3. Okay. Yeet is now going to be under the pump from Tybol yet again. What has he made in the meantime? He's made a lot of workers. He's making some backs, but his military count is actually very, very low. It's not going to be able to really contest what Tybol has. That being said, Tybol may have to decide to pull back his army, unless he wants to send his artisans onto the Naths. That could be... Well, he's got a bunch of units over here, but Tybol is not paying attention to his natural. Or his main, rather. He has no natural. Tybol is a one-base wonder, and his life's mission is apparently to really punish this Zerg, apparently. By the way, the Nathracors are continuing to move through the map here for Triple Dash. He's done a great migration, and he's going to now see that Tybol has a bunch of Dracodons here, and he's just like, oh, okay, bye. I hope he flies over this island and gets absolutely lit up by the Madrigals, dude. That would just be amazing. Oh, dear. You know, only like 3 or 4 Madrigals. Yeah, okay, only 3 or 4 Nathracors go down, because not all of the Madrigals actually started hitting. But these Nathracors have entirely erased Tybol's economy, so... he was already depleted. He doesn't have that much of a bank. And it doesn't look to me like Yeet has been able to salvage the situation. He's making a couple of Hydras and stuff, but he needed more than that. So Tybol finished the job. The Nathracors have completed their scouting party, and that will be where their journey ends. Scouting out pretty much everything there is to scout about Rainaril's base, besides his Daedala. As Triple Dash executes Tybol. Just as Tybol executed Yeet. Actually, I think at this point, Tybol is going to get eliminated by... yeah, he's going to get eliminated by Triple Dash. The question is, I don't think he can eliminate Yeet in time. If Yeet doesn't GG, if he just continues making units, he might actually be able to stay alive in the game. The Zorkishar getting focused down is kind of bad news, but 18 of Vigrilisks being made as the Iris is being remade for Triple Dash, by the way. He kept the tech nodes, so he wasn't too bad. Yeah, Tybol has completely ignored the fact that he's under attack back at home. Like, I guess he's like, yeah, whatever, that's fine. At least I killed this guy. He's gonna pop the main hatch. No! He pops the main hatch. Oh my god, if he doesn't finish that Nexus, that would be heartbreaking for Yeet. But it looks like it will go down. And with it, there it is. He's out. Yeet has been saved. Yeet will continue his quest. Meanwhile, what the hell are we seeing over here? The nanite assembly, the one structure Benno afforded. What is this? How do you fight this? Alright, tier 2 hatched for... Oh, Mr. yeah, exactly. By the way, technically the AI still exists. They have this ministry. He's outlasted Tybol. And Yeet is just, like, slowly taking his aggression out on this. He's like, okay. You definitely... Oh, I see. He's actually got the Tethvith. That's pretty cool. Oh, he made tier 2. I didn't even really notice that. You know what? I did see that in the production tab and probably commented on it as well, right? But, yeah, Tybol says GG. He's realized he's been defeated. Indeed, that is true. He has. So, Benno's forces and expansions have been utterly ransacked, once again, by another Terran player. This time it's Ray. Alexhandr's up here with a ridiculous amount of money. I know that looks ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I promise that's probably real. He did say he validated this replay. He was the one who sent this replay in. Oh my god, Benno's like, hey, what's going on over here? He doesn't have anything in that Trojan. Oh, he dropped off a Mason so he could build a ministry here. That's pretty clever. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do with that. Benno does not have that much money in the bank. He needs to find a place to land his nanite. All right, Triple Dash is going to go ahead and finish the job versus yeet, it looks like. Yeah, something's really weird with the way that yeet is using his units. I'm not quite sure what it was, but definitely a little bit awkward. So I guess for advice for yeet, I would just mention that, like, versus that big gateway army, if you had the Lake Is in the right position, you'd definitely be in a better spot. And if you figured out a way to make it so that you could A-move, that would definitely be a good move. Oh, look at this. Look at Alexhandr go. What a dirty guy. Killing his own Zeths to make more Sovs. He's got his little farm up here. All right, so that's it for yeet. He has been defeated. It's really funny to see the disparity here. Like, Street Crow keeping his money entirely low. He's doing his best. He's got a fleet of random units in those Trojans. He's going to doom drop somebody's base. Rainerel, he's all right on the money, actually. He's got another base. Kept his money low. No diadems yet, but his daedal is up, and he's making some well bores. That's his tier 3 tech of choice, apparently. He's got a pretty good walker army. More or less well positioned. So yeet's out of the fight. Benno's continuing to move around, like, see what he can do. And how many Sovrelets do we have so far? Looks like 45. This is not the huge walker army that Ray has up here. So that walker army is just going to be Hekala and Triple Dash's forces. Bariso is just continuously scooping up more and more units. The thing there, the transport UI is off the charts. Now a single Nathrakor heckles Alexhandr. Alexander's 5th base, I guess. With a cliff disadvantage, Rainerel's doing pretty well, actually. He's got his Cataphracts up, and they are shredding through the Lyrilisks and etc. That's actually pretty good. I mean, his Shaman's definitely keeping them alive for a lot longer than they would otherwise be. One of them does end up going down, but it was for a good cause. He's going to lose another one, actually, because he's stutter stepping away from the Shamans. This one Nathrakor. Oh, look, Benno's here to witness it, too. What the hell? Dude, this is some of the most deranged gameplay I've seen in a very long time, actually. Bariso finds a potential target. He's spreading his wraiths out, seeing what's going on. I like it. I like it. He can eliminate one player. You know what I mean? Maybe not eliminate entirely, but he can definitely punish one player. Benno is still floating in the middle of the fucking oil field. Dude, what is happening? All right, the Wraiths are going to find Triple Dash, and he's going to say, I have Protethilors. They can't shoot up, but maybe you'll come down to my level so I can beam you across the head. I think Alexander's just going to A-move everything with his 74 Sovreleths. That is my current prediction. But I guess Rainerel could make a couple of things. He could make a couple of good things. Also, if these units all get dropped onto, say, Alexander's base over here, and then he swarms in with his Mutas and his Sovs, we could 100% see the Madrigals do a lot of damage there. I love that Street Crow is just like, where is everything? Like, bases have just been erased from existence. He has no... I wish he flew a little bit further up so he could see what remains of Benno, who is still moving his fucking ministry. He's like, oh my god, I found a base that's not taken. It's still totally within view of Triple Dash. He'll just step on it immediately. Nidus on the way for Triple Dash, by the way. Love to see that. He's not really taking control or ownership of much of the map here. I love the Talos just watching the Protethilors like, hey, dudes, what's going on? Yep, there you go. Hi. What the hell? A Sentinel has been attempted to be constructed. That will get canceled immediately. And just a few blackjacks here. Not really anything to write home about there for Rainerel, who is adding a nanite assembly, finally getting some tier 3 tech other than his Wellbore. The fleet of Trojans continues. He could stamp out our poor AI here, who has no money. And he's got a lot of gas, but no other money. A single Mutalisk. Oh my god, the Sovrelets. Oh my god, the Sovrelets. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh Jesus. Oh god. Do not let them have vision of you. They will attack you from halfway across the map. That is so tragic, dude. Baristo, Street Crow, he tried so hard to build this army, and look at what happens to it. Ah, yep. At that point, he was just like, screw this. That was my whole base. That was my whole army. Unbelievable. Oh, I think we're watching the rest of it in a silent movie after that leave. Well, you know what I'm saying? It does look to me like, yeah, Alexander's just like, good one, good try. But Triple Dash is just going to smash through what Rainerell has here with all of his stuff. The tier 3 never really got used, you know, the Hadron only now being made, the Atlas repositions, the data will probably be not far behind, although we would love to see a couple of diadems be put in reflexively on this high ground base. There's a huge Walker army kind of moving in through to try to respond to this threat. Yeah, thanks for tuning into my silent movie, I guess. I don't know, that's a funny bug. I've never seen that happen in the middle of a game, like while the game was still going on. Oh, look at that, we still get the brood spawn sounds. They're the occasional dialogue. They should put up like the black and white screen every now and then, and you just hear "wisha wisha way yeah," and nobody knows what that means, but it must mean that there's some Zerg here. Maybe we figured out why that sound is global, because it's being played on a completely unrelated channel to what it should be being played at. Anyway, that all being said, we do have a bunch of Walker units getting torn apart. The brood spawn will indeed sing their chorus. And yeah, Rainerell's main is toast. His natural will not that far behind. We have Minotaurs being made. So that didn't require the Hadron add-on, and he's making another Hadron add-on here too. So I wonder if that's a mistake in the moment. Our poor Piston earbuds will finally be eliminated and removed from the leaderboard, courtesy of all of these Sovroleths, which, again, I don't really know what the counter to that is going to end up being. Benno has started to harvest resources again, which is a goddamn shock, and he's sending his star pad out for exploration. His nanite assembly and Daedala, his most prized possessions, are going to continue to be reserved only for emergency purposes, as Rainerell attempts to construct more nanite assemblies. His mantle's floating high on above. We do have, of course, the walkers being endlessly eradicated. The Vilgorkors definitely holding the line for now, and when they die, they turn into Vilgoleths, which spawn the Rillarokors. Now you know why we're getting those sound effects. The Minotaur is here, and it will not die to Bactalisks pretty much ever, so I think that's pretty cool. That's definitely going to be a nice little attempt at saving. He is making a diadem as well, which is very, very interesting. And the Sovroleths are very slowly crawling through, the Ovileth providing spotting for him. So, yeah, Rainerell had the idea to make the diadem. He needed the old version like about a year ago when it still shot air units. That's how he would counter this. I actually wonder, how would you counter this many Sovroleth? Could you do it at all? I think you would need like a ton of D-matrixes via Azazel onto like really important units that can get close enough and deal splash damage, because once you start whittling them down, that could be a move. But they just attack so damn fast. And now 37 Nathracors are going to wipe this mineral line. I'm surprised that Triple Dash left this up for as long as he did. He's also sending his 36 mutas to clear out Benno's only mining base. And, well, a mantle appears. Please don't destroy Unsmiley Face. A diadem shot rings supreme. I guess Minotaurs actually don't take that much damage to the from the Sovroleths. You can see how long it takes for their combined might to bring them down, which, well, with a little bit more effort with Focus Fire, that's definitely less effort than we thought. The diadem shot actually helping out quite a bit and splattering a few of them. You can see here that Triple Dash is trying to kill them, but he has nothing that shoots up, and so he now must be overcome with some kind of dread at the sheer size of the army there. And of course, he sent a couple of yeah, the diadem is going to go ahead and do some friendly fire there. That is a classic. It's taking a very long time, admittedly, for the Sovroleths to do anything here, so that's kind of interesting. Meanwhile, the nanite assembly has landed and is making a hippogriff. That's Benno's. It's landed right next to Alexander's mace. He's too busy microing. Now the mutas are hitting Alexander's top right. They will not be denied and will indeed kill everything over here. They can kill the static defense as well, but I don't think Triple Dash recognizes that yet. He could just leave them to A move and then go back to do something more important. Meanwhile, we've got Minotaurs being mass-produced. I would love to see, like, Magnetars be made here, just so that you could, like, Yamato them, but I don't think he feels like he can do that safely. At the very least, some of the Sovroleths are not actually with the fight now, so you might be able to pick a few of them off. Yeah, there you go, starting to heckle down the force. Again, if you had, like, 3 times this many Minotaurs, yeah, maybe you actually do benefit from Forecastle. And I think a large portion of this is actually because they were not on attack move there. So that was a big whiff from Alexhandr, who is indeed going to end up losing a clump of them to the diadem because of the eggs that get created by the Sovereigns. Then the diadem targeted the eggs, so that's actually a nice little cheat code there. Tek-Karakors are here spawning a bunch of Rillisks. We never see Tek-Karakors. I'm glad to see them. And there you go. A whole horde of Muta is going to go ahead and get overcome by them. Rillisks do ensnare on death. The diadem will certainly be targeted next, I feel like, but it's only 20 Sovereigns in this immediate clump, so the next round of Minotaurs might actually be able to clear that. I would say should be able to clear that. Gone are the days of the 74 Sovs, apparently. Let's do another game after this. Was fun. Yeah, hell yeah, Tybol. I agree. And, yeah, he's not going to be able to finish off the diadem. It's not being repaired, admittedly, by that Talos. Ooh, look at that. Died too late to get killed by a diadem. But here come the Alcagelisks. And, of course, Alexander's incredible Tek-Karakors. Alive is a strong word. Yeah, that's true, Benno. Hey, you did make a hippogriff. That's all he could afford. He could only afford one hippogriff. He's got his Atlas landed in Alexander's base. He's cockroached to a very strange location. Hey, Tybol killed 2 people. Yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of true. Orange was still, what would you say? Orange was still alive, technically, right? Street Crow was. Rainarilla killed the computer. Yep, definitely true. Minotaur's over here trying to see if they can hold off against the Horde, but it's not going to happen, my friends. I do believe that will be the end of Rainaril. He was not able to mild the Magnetars to Yamato, that stack of Alcagelisks, and now the Daedala going down. Ray will call GG. Indeed, being in the middle is definitely difficult. So, yeah, I mean, Triple Dash has spared Benno's expansion for now. That diadem will indeed go dead. CPU was in the middle. Yeah, he was in 12, like interior 12, I guess. Oh, look at that. Actually, Alexhandr losing a lot of his forces over here at the last second to Rainaril's Minotaurs. These seem like small details, but actually losing out those forces, even though Alexhandr has the most ridiculous, atrocious bank I've ever seen in my entire life, he might not actually... he might not actually do anything with that, is the concern. Yeah, there we go. So with that, now I think Triple Dash will realize that his opponent is on an island. Obviously, we have the man down here... Street Crow left and left us with a silent movie as a result. So even though Benno is indeed technically on the map, he's not really doing much right now. He took another base. I didn't even see that. Technically on the map indeed. Sikralisk. You know, I was doing a cast of the I was doing a walk cast. I do these like donator only. If you donate monthly on our coffee, you get access to the channel where I post them. It can be as little as $3 a month. I definitely recommend you check those out. And usually I do like maybe 5 times a week on average, sometimes more. I just take a walk to the store, and it takes me like an hour to get there. So for at least half of that, or like 20, 25 minutes or whatever, I'm recording just some musings and thoughts. It's usually very rambly. You know, I'm not going to say it's like high quality podcast content or whatever, but it's cool. Horde of Tozgralisks coming in, and they will absolutely annihilate Sikralisk. The reason why Sikralisk was so cool to see is not because of the model. It's not great. It does do splash damage, though, so that's pretty good. But obviously not enough to deal with all that. Those are tier 3 units, yes, indeed. I couldn't remember the name Sikralisk. I actually got myself with the Zerg names. But it was like a really weird brain fart, because I could remember every other unit. Like, if you asked me to name every other Zerg unit, and I knew, of course, what the Sikralisk was, I just couldn't get the name out. Like, I was thinking... Xitralisk, and I think thinking Xitralisk first kind of fucked me, because Sikralisk is actually pretty close to Xitralisk. Anyway, that definitely got me. But I was thinking of that, and I was like, yeah, those guys do splash too, but I'm thinking about the other one. You know, the Raptor, the Dino guy. The Dino Man, 48. He's not in this game, but he should have been. It looks to me like Alexander's going to take us away here. Don't think I can win. Yeah, I am pretty sure that is the case. As Triple Dash has... I mean, he's got a lot of bank, but not a lot of gas, notably. He's now going to go ahead and get his tier 3. And, yeah, Benno has realized the scale of the operation. Triple Dash, he did a lot of learning, and I think he 100% knows what units to make now, because he played a lot of FFAs over the course of the weekend. He was one of the players who played, I think, in the most FFAs, which is cool, because it means we had the slots for him. So, great stuff on him. Alexhandr, you get to win. Triple Dash did win an FFA that I casted on the live stream. I want to say of the other players in this lobby, I don't remember if any other ones won. I thought Benno would have won, but instead it was Arbuz Budesh on Midas Complex. Shout out to that map. That was pretty wild. And also, this was the only competitive FFA that I think we may have seen. because I was hosting like Turning and Massacre and Uprising and all sorts of other wild stuff. So as we watch the fireworks, essentially, which is all that this is, it looks like to me like the Hippogriffs will soon have to pull their trigger and attack, but they're going to be met with 12 Alcagelisks. So good luck, I guess. The Ovileths will finally discover where Alexhandr has been hiding all this time. I bet you Triple Dash did not know that was a spawn point. Now he's lost his third. Or no, that's his natural. He almost lost everything in his main. He kept his pool alive. He can make quas. He's got so much money, he can make a lot of quasilisks. But that was it. That was his last production structure, so that'll be it for Triple Dash. And Benno will probably go out with a Blaze of Glory using his Hippogriffs. He's got 5 of them. I hope he uses them to attack something. You know, what's really funny is I feel like Alexhandr is so close to being able to see this nanite assembly, just not quite able to do that because his Zephyr cores have just slightly too little range on the vision. And now, how long do we wait for Alexhandr to actually finish the job? This is normally where like a sane YouTuber, a sane replay caster would just speed the game up. But I am better than all of those guys because I can just talk podcast with you guys. I can tell you guys about how we have brand new content available in Cosmonarchy's pre-release. We got some more Uprising stuff for you, a bunch of bug fixes, and we've got some some cool changes to Reclamation as far as balancing is concerned. It's a secret. It's true. It's true. I like Triple Dash's style. He's always a funny guy. Thanks for joining me for Cosmonarchy. It was a great year for Cosmonarchy. This whole last year, we got a lot of growth. We hosted the first 2 Acropolis tournaments, crowned 2 distinct champions, although Nebline won the first one and he also won the last Ascension. So yeah, that was definitely a move. Dude, Alexhandr will never guess where he is. It's so ridiculous. This is not his last production structure either, right? He has the star pad floating in the middle of nowhere. Surely Benno will let the penny drop once his... He's got so many minerals, but no Vespene. I can't believe he let that happen. Oh, I see. He wants to try to expand. Dirty Benno. Dirty Benno. Anyway, the cool thing about the year was mostly just like we were really able to focus a lot on the competitive side, get a lot of really cool tournaments done, and of course, improve a lot about the game's visuals, courtesy of Solstice. So, that's a good question, Tybol. I agree. And, you know, Benno doesn't realize it. He's like, let him find me. This is part of the spirit. Alexhandr has no clue. Oh, he found the Daedala. That's like Benno's house. That's like Benno's soul. You can't kill the Daedala. That's it. That's his soul. Yeah. What? No, at least use your Hippogriffs. Ah, Benno, you can't blue ball us and then not use the Hippogriffs. You could have killed this whole mineral line. Well, Alexhandr does end up taking the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it, ? It was definitely an interesting one. Don't feel bad on yourselves if you played in this and lost. Don't feel bad on yourself if you played in this and won. It was all good fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed Cosmonarchy this year. And here's to another really cool one. I mean, there's a lot to come. There's obviously a lot of improvements we want to make to the custom game modes. I've been working on some single-player content lately that we will get out very, very soon, very, very quickly. And I also didn't mention this earlier, but I decided to keep the UI in the background for this replay Protoss, even though there was only one Protoss. Not because Tybol is a man after my own heart, although he is, but actually because nerf Toss. And that's what you can look forward to in the next year. GG, boys.